Welcome to A Visit with Experience Jackson, and today we are at Ellis Sharp Museum, and I'm with Julie Johnson, the executive director here, and Rachel Buchanan from Experience Jackson. And first of all, we're in the clock room, and Rachel, have you ever been in this clock room before?
I love this room. It's so fun to look around. Type A personality, love being on time. It's very comforting. It's really calm, too. It's kind of a cool setting. I love the clock that looks like a kitty cat with a swinging tail. It's pretty cool.
It's very cool, and it's at the end of the building. You realize how big this building is. It allows you guys to have so many different exhibits. Talk a little bit about the space and what you guys have been able to do with it.
So this space came to us through Alan Spies, and he donated all of these clocks to us for use. We have even more clocks downstairs, so we do change them out every once in a while. But we are reinterpreting this place soon, and we're adding some children's things to it. So it's going to be a great, fun time.
On the way in, I walked by something you normally don't see at the Ellis Sharp Museum, and that was kids touching things. Talk about this space as a father and talking with other fathers of young kids. This is going to be a great place to bring children, and it already is.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so that's our new exploration station space. It's all interactive, hands-on. We want kids to imagine. And it's all made up of 5 different things that you can find here in Jackson or that are part of our history. So nature and wildlife, because we're on the park. We have construction. We have railroad and car play tables. We have astronomy for part of our planetarium, and Al Warden being one of the astronauts from Jackson. And then we have Ella's Kitchen. So it's a lot of fun.
We have a great history, and every time I'm in the museum, it just brings back something that either you forgot about or something new. Not to put you on the spot, Rachel, but what's one of your favorite parts of Jackson's history?
I love the transportation history that a lot of people don't necessarily know about. When you can surprise people by letting them know that there was actually a car called the Jackson, I mean, how cool is that? I love it.
That's awesome. Now, you're new to Jackson, but you're very well traveled, so you've been all over. You've seen a lot. What was it about Jackson maybe that surprised you with its rich history?
You know, I think it's the fact that we go back all the way to the Civil War, and we played such a major part in the Civil War that drew me here from the historical side.
It's very cool. Now, the Hot Air Jubilee is right around the corner, and for people who are afraid of heights like me, you guys have a great program going on at the planetarium. Could you tell me about that?
Sure. So in collaboration with Hot Air Jubilee, we have had a planetarium show created just for them. And basically, you sit in the planetarium and you look out over the horizon of the dome, and it feels like you're in the hot air balloon. So you're seeing everything below you and around you in the hot air balloon.
That's very cool. Now, Rachel, not every town, not every community has a museum, let alone a museum like ours. Talk a little bit about having this asset in our community and really what that does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not every community has a woman who's passionate enough to leave her legacy, to build a museum, to build a facility like this, and to bring history and art to life in the same place. So that's been really exciting. I'm so glad that we have something like that. And it really is kind of unique. It's a cool spin that it's, one person's influence who ultimately has made this possible. And it's just so cool to look around at the variety of things that are happening here, not only some of the things that are a little bit more permanent, but some of the exhibits that come in and out throughout the year.
Now, when are you guys open? What are your hours? Tell us when the general public can just come by.
So we're open Wednesday through Sunday. We are closed to the public on Mondays and Tuesdays. And I believe we have different hours on different days, but it's usually 10 to 5 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and 12 to 5 on Sunday.
We're back now with Sean Stenberg, who is the Director of Communications and Development at the Ellis Sharp Museum. And Sean, this room is amazing. Every room I go in, but what is this room we're in now?
So this is a really amazing room. This was an Andy Andrews gallery that we have here, and what we have in here are some amazing pictures of birds and waterfowl from all over the place. And what's really amazing is most of these pieces are carved out of wood. So I want you to imagine, not only does it take a long time to paint something, because all these are painted in crazy and amazing, beautiful colors, but they're also carved out of wood. And crazy, isn't it?
It's just absolutely amazing. Now, you guys have some fun things coming up, some fun things here already. Talk a little bit about some of the different exhibits and some of the different things people will find when visiting the museum.
Okay, excellent. So moving forward in the future, in the near future, we're going to have what we call Small Wonders coming into the museum towards the end of summer. Small Wonders is an exhibit dedicated to bugs. So if you're not into birds, like in this particular room, you're into bugs, we're going to have a nice exhibit that's going to talk about bugs. We're even having hissing cockroaches show up, which is amazing. Yeah. Now, in addition to that, so if bugs aren't your thing, shortly after the bug exhibit, we're going to be bringing in Mr. Rogers, How People Make Things. So it's an exhibit dedicated to manufacturing all across the country, but we're going to focus on Jackson manufacturing, which is fantastic. We're going to go through a partnership with JAMA, the Jackson Area Manufacturing Association, and we're going to share that across the whole community. And that's another one. The next one we have coming up, which is really awesome, is the MOSA, which is the Museum of Special Arts. And so the Museum of Special Arts is an exhibit we have with people with special needs. So they made this art that is just truly fantastic, and we're going to bring that in, and I think we have 45 pieces to share with folks. And then we're going to cap it all off at the end of the year, beginning of next year in January with dinosaurs. So we're bringing dinosaurs in, and it's just going to be a blast. And if anybody wants a sneak preview on what the dinosaurs look like, well,
I heard you're going to be driving around with it in your car.
I'm hoping.
Now, Rachel, I mean, dinosaurs, bugs, I mean,
Pretty much.
I'm interested. Are you?
Yeah. Oh, I have 2 little people at my house who will be running around enjoying those dinosaurs and hopefully being careful with those bugs as well. Yeah, this is really, really cool. It's fun.
One thing Sean mentioned is the partnerships, which is one thing Jackson is known for. But talk about that, having that partnership with JAMA, and then acknowledging that history that we have with rich history in manufacturing.
Yeah, that's one thing that's great about Jackson too, the partnerships that do form. Experience Jackson's job is to find things that are awesome in our community, brag on them, and bring people into the community to be able to experience them, literally. So this is the kind of thing, bugs and dinosaurs, I mean, how would you not want to experience that in a little bit of a safer setting? I don't know if I'd want them in my house, but I'm cool with them here. So there's some really neat things that you can experience, and I love how they're starting to rotate things like that and just making it a really vibrant, fun way to be a part of Jackson and to come back as well, because you never know what you're going to get here.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome. What would you say to someone who's never even been to Jackson? What are they going to find out about Jackson from visiting the Ellis Sharp Museum?
So someone that's never been to Jackson, when they come here, not only are they going to understand some of the rich history about where we came from and why we're here, they're going to also find some tidbits of pretty awesome things. Like as you walk through the museum, you'll see something that'll remind you of your youth. Take a look at our Roaring 20s exhibit, for example. You'll see some things in there that a lot of our older crowd sees that they remember when they were younger, which is fantastic. So in addition to seeing all those other things and experiencing the museum in its entirety, folks can also come to the museum and experience other things as well. We have a really cool program that was brought to us by Patty Egger. She paid for us. She sponsored our patio parties that are coming forward this year, which we haven't done in a long time. So we're bringing them back this year, and we're only having 3, but that's another thing that folks come to the museum and do. On the last Thursday of July, August, and September, we're going to have some amazing music, some great food, and if you're a member of the museum, you get in for free, but the public can get in for $10 a shot.
It's such a great deal, and my mind flashed back to before the pandemic when we were here all the time, so it's going to be a great time. And those are kid-friendly as well, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're kid-friendly. 10 and under are free.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We're Sean Stenberg from the Ellis Sharp Museum, and of course, Rachel Buchanan. This is A Visit with Experience Jackson.